All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining this episode of the mimoLive Tips and Tricks live Q&A with me and Achim. Achim, your image is frozen. Good. Off to a good start. There he is again. No sound this time. Let's see if we can fix that problem. Still no sound, Achim. Just do another reload.
Done. So
yeah, now
can you hear me now?
Sound. Yeah,
right.
Sound is back. All right. So I hope this time we are only streaming to YouTube this time because we had some trouble with Facebook, and while we resolving that, some engineering, we use YouTube for the time being. You guys, if you watch this on YouTube, you can ask questions in the comments. We're monitoring the comments, and I see Carlos Phoenix already joined. We will answer questions during the show, and we're gonna be basically redoing the last show so that this time hopefully everything works. Achim's gonna do a demo of mimoLive 4.1 beta 2, which came out today. Should be available on our website fairly soon. The caches need to update before the update shows up, and we will be taking care of that after the show. This is just a quick overview of what mimoLive 4.1 beta contains, and I'm handing it over to Achim. Achim, first feature, the source repository.
Yes, hi from my side. I wanted to show you what we've got new in the mimoLive 4.1 beta. I want to show you in a clean document what the source repository now looks like, because we added the feature of groups, just like folders, and you can easily sort and add new sources to groups and collapse them. For example, if you have multiple media files and you want to hide them, then you can just easily use this little triangle to collapse the complete group and get it out of your way. So also what is different, we can open up multiple sources at the same time. As you can see here, it's not just one source open, but all the sources, and with a double click you can collapse them and make them a little bit shorter so that you get a nice overview over your sources. In the sources you can actually rearrange the sources by drag and drop, or of course as usual rename it, so you have full control and a nice order like you wish.
All right, that sounds great. So yeah, this is the new source repository. The next thing we're gonna show you is the web browser capture source, which is also new and allows you to capture, for example, graphics from services that provide broadcast graphics through HTML5, or you can grab your chat if it's not supported by mimoLive natively. You can grab your chat system. Achim, can you show us how the web server source works?
Sure. So the web server source is found just like all other sources in the source template repository, and can be searched, for example, by browser. So here is the browser source, and you can drag and drop it over here. I give it a start URL, so or the URL that should be opened by this browser source. Well, for example, let's see Google, and I say show web browser, and it will open up a browser window just like an ordinary browser window. And I'm going to use this source now by dragging and dropping it to my placer that is already there. And here you see already kind of parts of the web browser window, but not quite what you might expect it. And this is because, this is a small pitfall, because the placer is default, the setting of the placer is default to full screen and will blow up the image so that nothing is left over. But once you switch it to letterbox, then you will be able to see the complete page. Coming back to my browser window, you can see that the mouse cursor actually is visible. For example, here at the O, at the red O in the screen, also in the capture window. But I can switch the mouse button off with this icon here, and now I can still browse the website, but my mouse cursor won't be shown in the live stream. And one important feature is this button here. It will try to make the website transparent. So let's see how that works. Currently you see that the background is white over a transparent background in the preview, to demonstrate that with the checkerboard you see that this is transparent content. And once I click the button here, we are trying to set the background of the website to transparent. Of course, this doesn't work for images or other content that it isn't already transparent by the website itself. So Google, its logo is not transparent. However, there are many websites that provides some counters for games or something already on transparent background, so this should work like every other thing. So you can see in this program I'm presenting the transparent Google page here.
Yeah. Any other tricks up the sleeve of the source, like cropping or resizing automatically?
Yeah, in the web browser window there's a third button, this one here. This means I can set up a cropping area. For example, I just want to have the Google logo in my capture area, so I can crop this, and
this is this is of course maybe useful to just crop out the chat, for example, from a Twitch stream or from any other chat system.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Or if you have, let's say, a stock website which presents a certain stock value, you can crop that and present it in your stream.
You mean like you know, companies, stock charts for trading companies. All right, so how about if I want to set the web browser source to a certain size?
So in this case, we integrated this button here, which gives you some options to specific dimensions. For example, you can set it up to 640 by 360 if you want to. So this makes this size. Or there are some presets.
Yeah, so now it's like a 16 by 4, 16 by 9, right?
Right.
Yeah. So.
But there are some presets already built in, so you can choose from. And one of the common selecting could be, for example, for sure, the document size. So in this case, the window is exactly the dimensions of the document you're rendering to.
All right. Okay. Very cool. All right. So yeah, that's the new web browser source, which is great for displaying games and chat systems and graphic overlays and stuff like that. The next feature we're gonna talk about is the ability if you do a if you have an audio monitor, you can now choose, if you have a device that supports multiple channels, you can now choose which channels to play out through, which is useful if you have one device for both input and output. Then you can now choose for the input which channels you want for the input and which channels for the output. Maybe just a quick showing how this works.
Yeah. For example, in the audio monitor, you can select a certain output hardware, for example. In my case, I'm just demonstrating it with Soundflower, but this Soundflower has 64 channels, and now I'm able to select one of the 64 channels for my left channel, and that goes for the right channel. So I can set up exactly the right channels where to stream to the audio.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's like the first step for more audio features to come. Benny is quite excited about what we want to do. So keep tuned, stay tuned on news about that. One little thing that got added between the beta 1 and the beta 2 is the iPhone layer. If you're doing a screencast of iOS apps, then you might have used the iOS device 3D layer, I think, iOS demo layer. And that is a layer that allows you to frame your iPhone screen inside a 3D model of the iPhone itself. And Achim's going to show you that we've updated that to include the most recent devices.
Yeah. So to find this specific layer, you head to the layer templates, type in iOS, and here you are. There are two layers available. One is a high resolution image and 2D layer, and there's a 3D layer that have a 3D model with it from the iPhone 10, right? And that is how it looks like. So I can use my iPhone. Unfortunately, I didn't have it connected right now, but it would appear here, and I can do a little rotation on it. Let's see, I can make it bigger, a little bit bigger here, and position it right here. So now if I do if I wanted to do a demo of my iPhone 10, I just say, here's my iPhone 10, this is my content, I can demonstrate what it's currently on the device, and it goes away. Yeah, that's basically it.
All right, so do we have any other devices added? Just the iPhone 10, right? It's for now.
Right.
So, okay. All right, you guys let us know in the comments if you need other devices apart from the ones that are already in there. iPhone 6, iPhone 5, iPhone 4, and so on. iPad mini, all right, so I think that's it for the 4.1 beta 2. Any questions you have, we are now able to answer. I have Gustavo is in the chat. Hi Gustavo. Collapsing is nice. Yes, it is. And I think that's one of the best new features. We already said hi to Carlos. I hope anybody has any questions, because it's always fun to do that. Answer the questions in the chat. We will give it a couple of more minutes. So Achim, we also spoke about the roadmap. So 4.1 should be, there's a couple of things that still need to be fixed in 4.1. What are those?
For example, we recently were hit by a Facebook problem. We implemented the Facebook comments in mimoLive, and unfortunately Facebook changed some API on their side so that mimoLive doesn't react correctly to it. And but we've learned that there's another API, and we want to change that to even be more robust, to get comments quicker, and yeah, to have a very good experience about the Facebook comments. So that's
we already fixed that thing. We already fixed that for the reactions, right? The reactions are those nice little icons with the smiley and sad face and stuff like that, and they can be updated in real time. And you can also something that is a preview of what's to come. You can also basically grab any post ID that is available to your account and get the reactions on that post. So you can get the reactions of some other post than just the one you're streaming to.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, the Facebook likes layer already did this, but we are going to try. I can show you this. It looks like this. So I have to log into Facebook. I guess I'm not too prepared for that. Let's
all right, so let's
quickly
let's do that in the next time. Then we don't need people to, don't be. All right, so yeah, so some questions in the comments. I think Carlos wants the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus. Isn't that close enough to the iPhone 6 or can you tell the difference of the model? I don't know if you. I don't think you can, because the form factor is basically the same. But we will look at more devices and hopefully be able to add those in the future also. So
in the meantime, I logged into my Facebook account, so I can demonstrate this if you want to.
All right, let me check.
Even I can show a little bit how that should work. Once you install the or instantiate your Facebook likes layer, you need to set up your account here and select this in order to make this work. And once it's live, it tries to connect to the Facebook ID, the Facebook post ID from the live stream, but currently we don't stream live, so the layer doesn't know about that. However, I can switch from current live video to custom post ID and find a post ID from my own website, from a different live stream or a post, and then this layer will demonstrate this also.
All right.
So maybe I can just came up with
something with a lot of likes or reactions.
Yep. Let's see, this should just be in a couple of seconds. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Tries to connect to Facebook. It's connected, waiting for data. This may take some time sometimes because the reactions need to be new reactions in order to bring the data up. But I guess in this case, for some reason it doesn't work. I'll try a different one. It may be sometimes I tried that, but the web page or the Facebook page I'm grabbing the post ID from is sometimes not that public available. It depends on the setting from the web page itself, from the Facebook page itself. So sometimes there is no data from that available. So, but it should work if the post is from your page where you have access with your own Facebook account.
All right, so yeah, we should prepare a demo for next time with something we know that works. So yeah, we got some questions.
Streaming to Facebook for
if we stream to Facebook, we have some questions in the comments. Carlos says, I have some recent issues with Facebook. Yeah, I think we are aware of issues with Facebook. Following the fallout from the Cambridge Analytica scandal, Facebook has pulled the plug on a lot of APIs and a lot of access, and they are slowly re-evaluating applications and re-granting those permissions and stuff. We are sorry about this. It's totally out of our control. It's a Facebook issue, and we will be monitoring closely and restoring access as soon as possible. Facebook's also promised a new way to do live streaming via API, and of course, once that rolls out, we will support it in mimoLive. Carlos also says internet red flags often. I think you mean with the live streaming output destination. You might want to check if you are using too big a bandwidth on that, and check and maybe reduce the bandwidth use, even if your network connection is nominally big enough. The problem is that if you have 30 megabits upload to your internet service provider, that doesn't mean you have 30 megabits to Facebook ingest servers, and you can easily see that if the live streaming in the live streaming monitor, if the local buffer size increases, then that means that your bandwidth is not big enough to send all the data to Facebook.
And another thing here is that you probably not you shouldn't use Wi-Fi on your laptop or so to connect to the internet, because the Wi-Fi isn't that stable as it looks like. So just plug in.
That's a good point. I also did that a couple of times, and now I'm running a cable to my internet router because that wireless LAN, the Wi-Fi network, didn't work as promised. So some more comments in the comments. Again, I think I'm going to summarize a little bit what Carlos is saying. I get repeated comments and internet access issues only with Facebook. Yes, I think we already spoke about that. This is currently a not good situation with Facebook changing the API and changing the rules, access rules and permissions model. We hope that this is going to be sorted out soon again. And we are working on transitioning to a different Facebook method of accessing Facebook for the comments and the reactions and other information about you, followers and posts and stuff like that. And as soon as we're ready, we're going to be rolling that out. Also, Carlos asks, I would like to go live to groups, and that is one of the things that Facebook revoked. We don't have permission to access groups anymore from the application. So there's a workaround posted to our forums. Stefan dug in and found out how to address this issue manually. You can find out the RTMP settings you need to stream to your group, and that's a workaround that's allows you to stream to that destination. However, you can't get comments and reactions from that stream yet, and we have to go through a review process again, and that's Facebook is not reviewing apps right now, so it's kind of a mess. All right. And we do have another comment regarding Facebook, and you might notice that we're not streaming to Facebook this time, and exactly the issues with Facebook is why we don't do that right now. I have some trouble to stay live on Facebook. Do you guys can help? If you please send us an email to support@boinx.com with more information on what do you mean, what is staying live on Facebook mean? Does the stream cut off, or what happens? And we will be looking into this for sure. All right. So it looks like no more comments are coming in. And I don't know. Do we have other things to talk about? So 4.1 will be, is now in beta. You can go to the website, download. Beta 2 should be available later today or early tomorrow morning when all the caches have cleared. We've already pushed the buttons to publish it, and it's already on our servers, but somehow it doesn't show up in the history file, and the Sparkle update mechanism built into mimoLive doesn't see it yet, but it will certainly be visible shortly. And we will be doing a couple more iterations of the beta. We're gonna be fixing the Facebook issue, And what other thing, Achim, do we still have to fix in the 4.1? I think there was one more thing. I don't remember it right now, but we have a ticket for it in our comprehensive ticket collection. There's a ticket for it, and I'm certain we will be not missing that one. All right, any more comments? Any more comments? Let me just quickly check if we still get the comments coming in, or if our comment system sometimes loses their connection to the post, but we have to. I'm using a beta version here, so okay, so we have some more information from Samir. Facebook Live keep cut off every 10 seconds live. You mean that is interesting. So you think so you mean the data doesn't get sent to Facebook, or does the stream just stop? I think we should take that to a support session. Achim's gonna be answering you if you send us email to support@boinx.com, and we will try to figure this out with you. I think it's not a general problem. It's probably just with your particular setup, and we're gonna find a solution. All right, so
I want to convince everybody to test out the beta really hard. Maybe not with your production, live production, but any other time, and email us, or maybe better post to the forum. There's a certain beta channel, and hopefully we can fix all your issues you're finding. Thanks a lot for your support.
all right, so let me just quickly check if we caught all comments. I think we did. However, I don't see the comments on the Facebook page right now. For some reason that that takes longer. Okay. Yes, so all right, so I think we caught all the comments, and oh, one more. Some media. You guys support iPhone or iPad? So there's a couple of ways you can use an iPhone or iPad. You can use them as a video source using the NewTek NDI app. You can use them as a device for calling in to mimoCall, which is the call-in system I'm using here with Achim. Achim is sitting in his office in Austria in Leoben, and I'm sitting in my office, and we are using mimoCall to call in to mimoLive. So you see his face and his audio, and you see also his screen, which is a separate mimoCall coming in. We have an iPad app, an iPhone app, an iPad app called mimoLive Remote that you can use to remote control mimoLive, which I'm doing here with my iPad. Showing you this here, yeah, there's a couple of ways. You also can plug in a serial lightning cable into mimoLive, into your Mac, and connect your iPad and iPhone with lightning cable, and use the video signal, and that gives you the screen of the iPad or iPhone in as a video source, but only one at a time. So it's Apple designed this feature for screencasting, so you can make a screen recording of your app if you're an app developer, or if you have a show discussing iPhone or iPad apps, you can do demos of the apps on stream. All right, so I think that's it for real now. If you have more questions, head over to our forums, boinx.com/forum, and post a question there, or post a question in the comments for this video. Achim and I are gonna be back on screen maybe next week. Hopefully next week. We plan to do this more regular now, and we will be talking probably about beta 3, or maybe we have some new layers we can share, and we can of course answer your questions. And maybe we will be back on Facebook if we fix the Facebook issues until then. And well, thank you for watching. Achim, thank you for joining me and explaining all the new features. It
was a pleasure.
Yes. So thank you everybody, and see you again next week, hopefully.
See you. Bye bye.